I got a band-aid in IELTS speaking, and in this video I'm going to tell you how to be fluent in a very short period of time. No, you don't need to go to a coaching center. You can do it by yourself at home.
My knowledge of pronunciation boosted my confidence, and my confidence boosted my fluency.
One day, a group of 5 people took part. Like most other non-native English speakers, I was also struggling with my fluency all my life. But when I began my preparation for IELTS speaking, I used some simple tricks that boosted my fluency in a very short period of time. Although I'm a non-native English speaker, I've learned to speak English more like native English speakers. If you don't know me, my name is Avarat and I'm an educator based in Dhaka, Bangladesh. I've got an MA in Linguistics, which is the science of language, and I've got another MA in Education from the Malaysian campus of Nottingham University, which is a British university. Well, I didn't know that my university ranked 130th in the top universities of world ranking by Time Higher Education. Despite learning English for decades, many of us cannot speak English fluently. Is this an impossible task? Is there any answer to this? What steps can we take? First, let me tell you how I usually solve a problem. I always break down a huge problem into several smaller problems. Then, I solve those small problems one by one. I never try to eat a watermelon at one go. I try to cut it into small pieces and eat the small pieces one by one. So, how can you deal with a big problem like fluency? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you how I do it.
First, you have to know what fluency is. According to the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, fluency is the quality of being able to speak or write a language, especially a foreign language, easily and well.
However, to the IELTS examiners, it is something more. Let's take a look at the band descriptors of IELTS speaking. First, there should be no unnatural pausing, and there should be no repetition, and there should be no self-correction. You cannot make a mistake and then try to correct it again. There should be no hesitation related to grammar and vocabulary, and your ideas should be properly connected. You should use different types of connectors or discourse markers in your speech. Well, there should be no incomplete ideas. Your ideas should be developed fully. You have to work with each of these areas of your fluency one by one. Rest assured, it's possible. It's easy. Just keep watching this video. The second thing you have to do is to take actions. We always think of improving our fluency, but we do not usually take steps. We have been consuming a lot of information over the internet, but we're not acting upon them. We're like a patient who is openly advised by their relatives or visitors to eat a lot of things, and the patient becomes confused. The patient doesn't know what to eat. Rather than eating all the foods, the patient stops eating. Instead of consuming too much information, we should act upon some of the information, and then we should consume more information. More and more classified information are coming up, so keep watching. Take Model IELTS speaking test at home by yourself on a regular basis. This is $1 million advice. Well, how can I do this? Do I need to go to a coaching center, or do I need a coach? No, you don't need to go to a coaching center. You can do it by yourself at home. Basically, there are 3 steps. First, you have to download some softwares or applications on your phone that contains IELTS speaking model tests. IELTS Speaking Pro is one of them. I myself used this. This application contains more than 60 model tests of IELTS speaking. Moreover, you can find some original IELTS speaking questions in Cambridge IELTS exam papers, book 1 to 16. However, the latest ones are the best. And remember, these are some real questions. IELTS Leads is also a very resourceful website that contains a lot of IELTS speaking model questions. The second step, turn on the screen recorder or audio recorder or video recorder of your phone to record your answers to those questions. Sorry to interrupt. If you have any questions regarding any of the points, regarding any issues of this video, feel free to write it in the comment section. I am always there to respond to your questions. But third step, very simple. To be yourself is the key. When you are trying to answer those model questions, don't push yourself hard to be fluent in a very short period of time. You should try to speak as you always do. You don't have to accelerate suddenly. Try to accelerate smoothly. Remember, it's quite okay to go through some negative emotions at the beginning stage. When you talk about a similar topic in future, you will definitely find yourself to be more fluent and more confident. The fourth step, recognize your own weaknesses or mistakes to give yourself some feedback. Watch your own video a number of times to give yourself feedback. You can also ask for feedback from someone. But I always love the idea of giving myself feedback. Self-help is the best help. This is the key. You must try to answer the same question again in a relaxed atmosphere in your own way. It's okay to write down your answers before you answer them the second time. It's quite okay. You are preparing. Believe me, this very strategy worked for me magically. I hope this will also work for you. Well, in order to be fluent in spoken English, you have to be open to English. You have to expose yourself to English. Read English books more and more. Listen to and watch English videos more and more. By reading, listening and watching, you can be exposed to English more and more. Well, the fifth tips I've got for you to be fluent in spoken English: learn to think in English. I've got 2 strategies to share with you how you can think in English. Watch English videos for a longer period of time. When you keep watching an English video for a longer period of time, you will automatically start thinking in English. This worked. Number 2, try to learn English definitions of words from English dictionaries such as the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. For example, I learned that vocabulary means stock of words. Diction means word choice. So when I struggle to search the word vocabulary, my brain automatically suggests the word stock of words. So it becomes easier. I become more fluent. I can also deal with word searches. And if you keep searching for words, your fluency is affected. The 6 tips I've got for you is to learn English from competent teachers like me. I don't like the idea of learning speaking fluency from people who themselves cannot speak English fluently. Why? Let me share my parable of swimming competition. One day, a group of 5 people took part in a swimming competition. They wanted to swim across the river. Out of the 5 contestants, only one managed to reach the destination, but the other 4 participants could not manage to reach their destination. And they returned to their starting point because there were dense water hyacinths on their way to the destination. Interestingly, the successful one was not the best of all swimmers, but he found an easy way that was free from water hyacinth or any other hurdles. Despite being great swimmers, the other 4 could not manage to swim across the river. Now, if you yourself would love to swim across the river, whose suggestions will you ask for? I will definitely ask for suggestions from the successful one. I love successful people and I love to learn from them because they know the way. Don't expect to learn to achieve fluency in spoken English from someone who cannot speak English fluently. The final tip: enhance your knowledge of standard English pronunciation. Once you can learn the standard pronunciations of English words, you will be more confident to speak in English and your fluency will be boosted. I got a band-aid in IELTS speaking, and my knowledge of standard pronunciation played an important role. To know the difference between IELTS or IELTS, watch this short video here. In fact, I was more confident and the examiner was impressed with my pronunciation. My knowledge of pronunciation boosted my confidence and my confidence boosted my fluency. If you follow all my suggestions, I'm sure you are going to be fluent in a very short period of time. Win your luck. And if you are still watching this video, do me a favor, press the like button of this video once. If you press the like button, YouTube will share this video with more motivated learners like you. They will also be benefited. And thank you. Interestingly, I got a band-aid in IELTS speaking in a very short period of time. To know how, watch this short video.